Hi, I'm Chris, co-founder of Swahili Honey. This is our factory where we process our honey and beeswax. We're in Dodoma, center of Tanzania. Beautiful stuff. We're gonna start on the other room. So this is the receiving room, raw materials receiving room. Here's where we get to receive all the raw honey, whether it's in honeycombs or it has already been pressed from the collection centers. This is an already processed beeswax. So we are currently working on an order going to Hungary. So it's 20 tons, but I think we are 60% through.
How much does a pallet weigh?
A pallet weigh almost a ton, 970 something kgs. When we receive honey, it first goes through the weighing scale, where we get to measure the scale of each bucket that we receive, and then there will be someone who will record that. And then after that, we get to sort them out depending on where they are from. So the processing begins in this machine. This separates the honeycombs. Now it's not operating. This machine separates the honeycombs from honey. We can put 5 buckets at bar, and each batch goes to up to 15 minutes. 10 minutes processing, 5 minutes changing between the batches. So we can do 20 buckets in 1 hour.
So the honey comes out the bottom, and whatever's left is beeswax?
Yeah,
mostly beeswax.
Whatever is left off is going to be processed as beeswax. After that, we pump the honey, we connect the pipe and use that pump. We pump the honey. That pump here. Here is where we begin our initial filtration process. Okay. After we pour, the honey goes through here. From here onwards, nobody gets to touch the honey because it will just be going through the system all the way up to the storage tanks. So there is the pump, which will pump honey that's being filtered. What we do with this separates any leftover bees that are there in the honeycombs or whatever, so that whatever goes through going to the next stage is just honey and any other impurities that's there, but not bees or any other light material. Currently, we used to process beeswax in this room, but now we've built a different building where we'll move this operation to the other building. Okay. As you can see, it's already in liquid form. When we go to the other building, I'll show you when it comes, when it's raw, form. This is a double boiler. There is oil, and then what happens is the oil gets boiled, and then the heat is what will melt the beeswax. So we'll mix a bucket of water or two with beeswax. What happens is all the impurities will go down because water goes down, and then beeswax will be up. So all the impurities will go down and be in water, and after, so we'll open here, we'll remove the water that has impurities, and once the beeswax starts coming out, it will be clean. The mold, once it dries up, it becomes as what you saw there, the finished product. Okay. This is our processing room. Sorry, General. Honey that was pumped from the other room comes into this tank. As you see, if you get in here, this is a preheating tank. This carries up to 25 buckets, which it's 500 liters, 25 buckets, almost half a tank. Yeah, so this, after it's been preheated, this controls the temperature. After it's heat to a specific temperature, we'll pump the honey and it will come be filtered here. So yeah, as you can see, there is a sieve in here. This is a sieving tank. We'll sieve all the honey that's there. It will go through here, and then from this tank, we'll pump it again, bringing it to this. Here we always connect the finer sieves, which will help to filter the honey final. This is the final filtration process. Once it's filtered here, it's either pumped and put in a drum directly, which will be put here, the 300 kg drum, or we'll pump it to this storage tank to settle for retail packaging, or we'll connect and pump the honey to the 2 big tanks behind you.
Okay, they didn't look very big from over there, but when you walked over here now, Now we can see these are very large.
It's
How
a
much?
very light
How much do they hold?
14 tons each. So 28 tons. Yeah. So we can create a single batch for a single shipment.
Honey's always in tons, not in liters.
No, because it's heavier than water. Yeah. So it's measured in kgs and tons. What it does, it has a steering which gets to mix the honey to create a single batch. So we connect here to fill these bulk. Each of these holds 300 kgs. So in case we want to ship out an 18-ton container, we have 70 of these drums. Let's continue on the retail packaging process because we're just talking about the bulk. This tank is used to settle the honey, to separate whatever is left of pollen. It goes up and then honey is left down. So there's a ladder there, as you can see. Somebody goes up and will scrap out any leftover pollen, so that then we will just be pumping honey through using this. This is a filling machine. This will just be down here. Whenever they press, this works and then it fills the honey. From here it goes to the labeling machine. After the labeling machine, usually we will feed the labeling machine. That's a small filling machine also. For instance, now there is no electricity. So we use that small filling machine because this big one cannot operate with the generator we currently have. Okay, so we use a small filling machine when we're using the generator. Then we'll seal the honey, we'll code, we'll batch code, and then we'll use the other table to wrap it up in cartons, ready for shipping.
How often does the electricity go out?
Quite often. That's why we're currently working on getting a big standby generator, because it's now interfering with our process. Because like right now, when there's no electricity, we can switch on the beeswax processing tanks because they use
A lot of them.
a lot of them. So that's how we make it. So currently we're off season. That's why this is the time when we get to process most of the beeswax order, because the farmers have already processed the honey and we have a lot of leftover beeswax. So this is the time where we buy beeswax and process for export. This is a lab where we test our samples before we export, because usually we had to ship out the sample and it would take 3 weeks to 1 month before we get the results. But now, this, depending on the tastes, there is some that take an hour, others 10 minutes. So we have the results and send them to the customer, and then we can start working on the order. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and too bad today there was no electricity, but we're happy that you got to see the factory, and you're very welcome to visit us. Thanks.
That's right on top.
Yeah, that's So we just got a new order from these guys because they're out of stock on Friday. So usually I will come, we'll put our honey here, it will finish while this is still here. Yeah, we'll cycle even 3-4 times while this is still the same. So that's what happened.